Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. I'm talking with the vent on. Trying to talk with the vent on. Okay. Alright. Hello, everybody. So, this is the only place where I only have privacy. Because my apartment is rather small. So, yeah. I'm gonna try and get into a topic here. So, what I want to talk about in this recording is what I think happened to Dream. Those four girls that called themselves Dream in their album. So I'm known as Nostalgia Fawn, right? So I'm gonna try and talk about what I think happened to them and why they broke up their band. So this band called Dream, those four girls, man, they're so talented. They're really talented individuals. And they didn't really continue their album a lot further, not until 2003. So my channel's name is Nostalgia Fawn, and I'm supposed to talk about what I think about these certain individuals that I used to listen to. Well, I still listen to them today because I just think these girls are really talented and like I love listening to them. So their album is called Dream. Their album is called Dream, okay? So I'm gonna get into like the basics of what really happened to these girls and like what I think really happened like within their career and everything. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm drinking some wine right now and I'm smoking my vape because that's the only way I can cope right now. Because I've been off weed since, I don't know, realistically it's probably been about like 29 days now. 25 days at least. I miss smoking weed so bad, but you know, I had the interview at Goodwill. I had this interview at Goodwill and hopefully it goes through okay. You know, hopefully they don't fucking pee test or anything, but I don't know. I'm not gonna take my chance smoking now. Since I've come this far without smoking any marijuana or anything like that. I want to try and stay real. I want to try and stay real within my recordings, within my videos. But, I have my vape. I have my drink with me, so. So I want to get into this topic about what I think happened to this band in 2023. Or 2005 to be exact. 2003, 2005 to be exact. Because I used to listen to these girls, and I still do listen to them because their albums are really good. And I want to talk about what I've noticed with these girls while they were doing their albums. Within the millennium age and everything, within like the early millennium age and everything. So I noticed that these four girls who called themselves Dream, they signed a contract with the P. Diddy guy, which I think this guy is freaking evil. He's freaking evil. Like, he abuses women. Like, he's known for like abusing women and all of that, abusing men. And I don't know about little kids, like, he was with Justin Bieber and everything too. This freaking P. Diddy guy, right? So I really feel like these four girls, like, they were truly genuine, because their albums, like, they just resonated that innocence within their albums, And I was actually listening to like most of their albums like earlier this morning. And I'm thinking, wow, like these girls' voices are like really good. They're really good. Like they sing really well. So I've noticed that. Me browsing through YouTube and everything. I was scrolling through the comments, and most of these people were saying like their band broke up. I don't know why, but I kind of have an idea of why they did break up, because to me, like, these girls, like, their souls, like, they just seem really genuine, and like it just seemed like they really had that genuine friendship that most women do not have today. And when this P. Diddy guy like signed them off, it's just like another way to like get them to be like more popular, I guess. But this guy is an evil man. Like, I don't know what fucking happened to him, but like he just abuses people. From what I hear from Ringo TV reactions and what he did to that one chick, the Cassie chick. Like, he really abused her. And like, I noticed that, like the bad boy corporations, and the P. Diddy guy, like, these freaking people like sign these girls off. I guess in a way to like become more popular with the public. And I guess, I think I know why the reason that they broke up or that they separated. I'm like, they probably didn't really separate. They're probably still friends, but they probably just moved on from like the singing world because like these guys were just these men within the industry, like they were just there to like expose them. They wanted them to become something that they weren't really. And these four girls, like they were innocent, like they were truly in like a genuine friendship with each other. And I think when they signed up with Bad Boy, I think when they signed up with Bad Boy corporations within the music industry, like they just, they told each other, like, like they didn't want to see themselves that way, like they didn't want to exploit themselves like, how the black women were, because, P. Diddy, like he's a black man, and like, he's in cahoots with like other black men within the music industry. So when I noticed that, when they signed them off with their albums, it's like, I'm like, okay, well, like, yeah, these four girls that were known as Dream, like they didn't want to become like, skanks or anything like that, because like truly, like their music was very beautiful, and I still listen to them to this day in 2023. Like I still listen to them, and like their music is still like very beautiful. Like their music has a purpose. Like their lyrics like are really like their lyrics are like really good, like they're not like the lyrics of today with like most like music industry people of today, like using their lyrics for like like sexuality and like it's just all about money and like sex and all that bull crap. Like these four girls just like they wanted to keep their innocence, they wanted to keep their innocence, they wanted to keep their purpose, they wanted to keep their friendship intact, but like somehow as a whole, as a group, like they knew that if they were to continue like their albums, like they would just continue to like fall apart even further, because like that's what the music industry like wanted them to do. Like they wanted them, like I knew like just when they did that freaking that one song, I knew when they did that one song where they were like in the desert and stuff, and they were like kind of scantily clad and everything. Like I knew that that's what like P. Diddy like wanted them to do. That's how like he wanted them to dress and everything, just to get popular, just to get views and everything, because like during like that time, like that's just how it was then. That's how shitty like it was becoming then too. And that's how like I knew like, okay, well, that's when it kind of was becoming shitty, is when they were kind of dressing like that in their music videos. But they weren't really dressing like that like before, because these four women, like they weren't black women. They weren't black women. They weren't out there dressing scantily clad, like they just wanted to make music and like and to keep their friendship. That's all they wanted to do. But of course, like the music industry has to like ruin women to get them to like dress scantily clad and just to like talk about sex all the time, and talk about money all the time and talk about, you know, how these men of society like want to see them. It's not how they truly are. It's not how they truly were in the beginning. And that's what I want to talk about in this recording. Dream broke up because, these four girls knew that, the music industry wanted them to be like everybody else, going on forward within their music career. And, these four girls realized that, and they didn't want to be that way. And I noticed how, like some lyrics they were singing in one of their songs, like, the bad boy corporations, like one of them was talking about like, how they were like wife material and stuff. And of course these men are going to say that because these four women were white women, Of course they're going to say like, they're wifey material and stuff because they're white women, They would never say that about black women. They wouldn't. And that's the cold honest truth. And what's sad? What's sad is I've never heard any music industry guy say that like a black woman or any kind of black woman was wife material. Like I've never fucking heard that in my life. So when they were singing these lyrics, they were saying that, the dream girls, he was singing like, oh yeah, like, they love them and stuff, and which is a lie, because it's just the music industry. This is what the music industry does. They're saying like, oh yeah, you're wifey material, like, these freaking guys would only say that to white women. They would only say that to white women. But you never freaking see these black men within the music industry say that to black women. Which is kind of crazy to think about. And to be quite honest, I've never seen any kind of melanated girl who was within the music industry or anything. I've never even heard of these men who are in the music industry say that about black women. They didn't. They only said that about the white women, which was the dream girls. I noticed that when I was listening to their songs. I noticed that when I was listening to one of the Dream songs, that they only said that about them and not about black women. Which is kind of crazy because now that I think about it, I've never heard these black men within the music industry, like, like they're all rich and stuff, right? I've never heard the black men say to the black women that they are wifey material. They only said that to like the white women, to the dream girls, which, they're mostly white, but, they could have been mixed, but, they appear white though. But yeah, I mean, that's freaking crazy to think about. you know, because I think myself, you know, knowing myself and my lineage, like I think I'm you know, I have melanated descent within me, and then I have white descent within me. Sorry, you guys. But yeah, this is freaking crazy, and so I think the main reason why the Dream band broke up was because, you know, they were talking to each other and they were saying like, okay, well this guy wants us to you know, be scantily clad and then just talk about like meaningless shit, you know. They're saying to each other like, okay, well these people within the music industry, like they want us to talk about meaningless shit in our lyrics. So, you know, we have to break up and not do this anymore. Because I think that they genuinely and truly like had like a good friendship with one another. You know, and that's what they wanted in the first place. You know, they wanted to keep that, but, you know, that's, you know, within this stupid, evil, fucking sadistic reality, that's not what fucking people want to hear. People want to hear about fucking sex. They want to hear about freaking, you know, backlashing about one another. They want to hear about, you know, like, you know, just about, you know, how rude, how mean people are to each other, you know, the deceit within like the relationships and shit. Like that's what fucking people want to hear nowadays. So it's not like before. It's not like before. So like, you know, I give cahoots. You know, I clap in honor to Dream for breaking up their group because, you know, in the end, like it just would have been fucking shit for them. It wouldn't have been good for them because, like, you know, they wanted to keep their friendship together and like they, you know, they didn't want to fucking, you know, they didn't want to like deceive each other and freaking just go at each other's throat just for money. And you know, like, you know, they knew that was going to be the end result for them if they kept their albums going. You know. And they knew that. And I'm happy that they did that because, you know, like I just think that they truly had that like genuine friendship with one another, and you know, they didn't want to like expose each other like that just for like money and fame, you know. That's why they broke up. So anyway, I didn't want to keep this recording too long. It might have like cut into 2 parts, but yeah. I just think that's fucking crazy. Like, like I've never seen like a group of like 4 or 5 black women, or even 3 black women, to where like, you know, the guy would come in and say that they're like wifey material. Like I've never fucking heard that in my entire life. That only goes for white women. Isn't that crazy? But anyways, I think that's it. I'm gonna make another recording. Talking about like more about like the weed and stuff, and like anyways, that's it. Thanks for listening. Bye.